Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is Kayowaverse. I'm a singer, musician, songwriter, graphic designer, literally everything far and wide in between. I've been in the music industry for 4 years. I released my first single on distribution in 2020, just before COVID. So yeah, ever since then I signed a deal on a probational period for a year, and luckily I was able to worm myself out of such a deal by the 3rd month because my A&R left. So there's something in music called a sunset clause, which allows you to basically, if your management or A&R decides to leave or retire or resign, you can go with them. And that's exactly what I did. So ever since then, that was in 2022, mind you. So from then till now, I've literally been kind of feeling my way around in the music industry as an independent artist with no management, no label, no nothing, just pretty much doing everything myself. And this channel is not only dedicated to my music and sharing my music videos and visuals with you, but also teaching you, budding independent artist, podcaster, radio host, how to do the same.
Bitches don't like me, but they're smiling in my face. These bitches stay angry, should I put them in their place? They tell me it's fine.
So this video is all about keeping costs low as an independent artist, because if you're not careful, many people will whisper sweet nothings in your ear, sell you a bunch of dreams at a price. And what I found in my experience is don't take any of these offers. You're better off really just working from the ground up organically and doing everything the long way, honestly. Being independent itself is quite costly because you need to fund your own projects, studio sessions if you don't have a studio at home, marketing costs, distribution costs, promotional costs, press, PR. Cannot come and kill myself. If you're spending all this money on the key points that I just mentioned, then you're not going to have a very sustainable career if you're not able to break even, you know, or if you're not able to churn out that same amount of money each time you release. I don't think personally it's normal to spend like a bag, which is £1,000, every time you're trying to release a project. I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, if you're independent, if you have the budget for it, great, but if not, I just don't think it's a wise investment. You know, we're all living, personally I'm living independently, do you know what I mean? Literally everything I do is all because of me. So yeah, definitely, like, I just wouldn't recommend diving headfirst into paying something because of what you think it will get you. You know, if you do cut the costs, it provides a more sustainable career with a lot more longevity, so that you're not worried about, oh shit, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? What am I going to do if I don't have the money? Is it going to be a standstill in my career? Is it going to make me stagnant? Plus, I've noticed as well, when money isn't an issue, when it comes to this music thing, it's a lot easier to spread your wings. It's a lot easier to express yourself. When money is involved in that equation, you kind of feel pressure to perform in a certain way. If no one supports that song, you don't get a return on investment. So obviously it's a bit of a pressure cooker when the peas are involved. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. We'll be talking about the key areas that you can save the most money in music. Number 1, recording and production. I cannot stress this enough. You don't need to spend £50 per hour in a bougie studio in London in order to make high quality music or recording material. You can really just get a cheap microphone, do it from home with whatever system that you've already got. That way the process is a lot quicker, number 1. Number 2, it's in a relaxed environment. You don't feel pressured to do anything that you don't want to do. Number 3, it's on your own time. You're not paying, there's time freedom in this, you know, you're not paying by the hour. You just, spend 45 quid on a mic and then connect it to your system, and then boom, you're ready to go. Like, people nowadays usually already have headphones or whatever, and if not, you can get £7. Yo, I got £7 headphones from Lidl that I still use for mixing and mastering.
To this day!
Those headphones bang. Don't get it twisted, I still have my noise cancelling Bluetooth surround sound JBLs, which I'm going to do a review on this channel very soon. Don't get twisted, I still have that. I also still have my other AirPods as well. I come loaded when it comes to my technology. I don't fucking play around. However, when you're a beginner and when you want to cut costs, it's not even about being a beginner, I need to stop saying that, but just cutting costs, you don't need too much, honestly. You can just record at home. Or alternatively, if you're between the ages of 16 and 25, guess what you can do? Newsflash, you can go to a music charity and record for free. Way. I don't know why people don't know about this. I don't know, and I'm one of those people. I only found out about music charities last year. Music charities that allow you to literally go there, record whatever the fuck you want to do. Obviously, you need to book a session. But there are loads of music communities for youth that allow you to record till your heart's content. And you don't need to pay hundreds of quid on a session. Come on now, we're in 2024. Like, you think anyone's forking out thousands of pounds for a studio session? Mate, do you know what I'm doing? Do you know the process that I'm doing right now to record this video? I'm literally voice recording. This is the voice recording on my trap phone, and then on my real phone I'm recording the video. Like, there are more ways than one to get around a perceived issue. Another way to cut costs is collaborating with other musicians. These musicians don't even have to be big names or anything, but just working with other people, you never know what doors that can open for the both of you as artists. At the end of the day, if you guys have great chemistry, if you guys can create a vibe, that's all you need, really. People are going to tap into that energy because it is shown in your music. When you get along really well with someone, for example, I released a song a couple weeks ago called Spoons with Ruby and 9 Juni, love them so much. I had chemistry with all of those people before we worked on the song. And if I just came to them and was like, oh, jump on a song with me, we probably wouldn't have gotten such a cohesive project. Which brings me to my next point, networking. I think it's very important to obviously network. You know, networking is important everywhere, in all industries, not just the music industry, in everything. I literally just sent Ruby a message on TikTok when one of her songs came up on my For You page. And this was when she wasn't at the level that she's at now. So I feel like I messaged her in the perfect time for her to see the message. This was like last year, October. I sent her a message like, yo, jump on this track with me. Not that fast, but I was like, girl, I love your music. One day I would love to work with you. If that's what you're open to, please let me know. From there, we already kind of built a relationship and would talk in every now and then, became friendly, became friends. And then after I sent her the song and then she actually jumped on it. And it was easy, as opposed to when you're working with people that you're expecting handouts from them, or when you're trying to piggyback off of their success. It's a little bit harder, well, a lot more harder, because number one, chances are they don't have time for you. Number two, you feel like a mug because you're having to beg friend someone or have your hand out when there's a high possibility that that person won't even help you. I'm telling you, man. Like, anyways, I digress. It's important to collab with artists, whether big or small, because you never know the kind of audience they have. The audience that they have can be your support system as well. And that's the perfect way to look at it. You never know who your next listener will be. And don't sleep on people just because they don't have 1 million monthly listeners, or just because from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like they're doing much. But again, you don't know who people are connected to. It's not even a numbers game. Music is in my opinion, an intuitive game. This is not a numbers game at all. Numbers are the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. Everything else that's deeper is what you've been working towards in the amount of time of your career. And that's the real meat and potatoes. You can also offer your services if you don't have the money to spend for something that you might need. Let's say a DJ is remixing your song for £300. If you don't have that money, you can find a way around that price by offering a service. For example, I build websites. I also am a graphic designer. The list goes on. I can do everything at this point. It's because I've had to. The odds were against me, honestly. I had to learn how to do everything by myself to get a leg up in this game. But anyway, enough of me. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's exactly how it is in this industry. In every industry, in business. So be creative, think about your skills, your talents, write a list of them and find ways that you can even monetize off them. Create those extra streams of income so that you do actually have the money to spend £300 on a remix. It's honestly all about utilizing your strengths as much as possible and packaging them for the right client, in this case a DJ. I know how to mix and master. I'm not the best at it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the greatest out there. I'm not Reese. Reese is my sound tech, by the way. I'm not Reese, but I defo know the basics of how to do so. So if a DJ was to charge me free bills to remix one of my tunes, I'd offer to mix some of his stems for free. That's how it goes, man. Just see what you can do. Obviously it's not always gonna work, and depending on the person and how far they are in their music journey. No, scratch that. I've met bare big people who have worked with me for free. I literally have songs with them that I'm not allowed to release because of legal stuff or whatever. More time, it's just about vibes and chemistry. To be fair, I have the gift of the gab. Like, I can pretty much talk to anyone and everyone, because in my life I've moved around a lot. I grew up being the weird kid, the weird autistic kid, so by default I was involved in a lot of social circles, but those people were never my friends. Like, they considered me as their friends, but they were never really mine when I look back on it. I digress. I be digressing. Also, being neurodivergent as well, I feel like that definitely helps with the amount of skill set that I have, because as you guys know by now, I'm all over the place. I can do anything. I can literally do anything I put my mind to. And for the most part, it's not going to be hard for me. Obviously, there are some things that I can definitely use help with and brushing my skills up on. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm the ultimate person for anything creative, but the skill set is there. Next, I'd recommend doing your own music videos. Woo!
This one's got a little kick to it.
Nah, man. This is why networking is important as well. Thankfully, I have a very strong network of creatives. I know a lot of photographers, videographers. Some of my closest friends are literally photographers, videographers. They have their own creative agencies, they're doing bits. So I did a call out on my story literally the week before the shoot. I was like, look, I'm gonna need a creative director, a videographer, The necessary people responded and were like, yeah, I'd love to be a part of this. Obviously, I mentioned that it's on a collaborative basis, but food will be provided. That's the key thing. When you show that you actually care about people, when you provide lunch, when you provide other benefits as well, people will be willing to do those things for free. And obviously, I'm not saying to take advantage of anyone or their time, because that's not even, I don't play like that. Do you know what I mean? Everyone who knows me knows that I don't fuck around when it comes to time. I find it very disrespectful when my time is wasted as well. I hate when people are late. Definitely, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Again, that's business, that's how it works. Because creatives understand that not all of us have the budget to spend £600 on a music video. Music videos, usually videographers will charge like £300 for the video and editing, or some people charge more with editing as a bonus. Everyone understands that no one has that money to just spend. We're not millionaires, you know what I mean? So they will be willing to help you out if they believe in the project as well. Again, it's all about networking, it's all about building those relationships. The reason why the Spoons video was good and the reason why we had a great project is because of the network that I had created. I knew everyone individually beforehand. Elisa, who was one of the photographers for the shoots and one of the videographers as well, I knew her from a magazine shoot that I did with Travis magazine. That's where I met her. Isabel, for example. I literally met Isabel on set last year for a Doritos advert. It's so important to keep in contact with people that you meet, people that you get along with in the industry, because you never know who will help you. And again, it's not just about helping people. Oh, I'm gonna be in this person's life so that they can help me. No, the relationship, the chemistry always comes first. I'm a firm believer in that. I lead with my heart. I'm not sure if you can tell from my channel. I hope you can, because right now as I'm talking to you, I'm very much wearing my heart on my sleeve. I lead with my heart and everything else opens up after. I'm gonna show you the music videos that I've done so far for free, and then I'm gonna show you the one that I paid £200 for, and you lot can see the difference. In short, there was no point in even paying £200 for the riding video. There was no fucking point, because at the end of the day, what I did for free with the people that I've got in my life after I built that network is up to the same standard, if not even better. It just goes to show that you really don't need to spend money on a music video. And not to be rude or not to be funny, but like, I look back on the riding music video often and I just kind of roll my eyes, because I could have done it myself. Genuinely, I could have edited that shit by myself. If anything, I should have paid for the footage. I should have just paid for the videography, and then I would have done the post-production, the editing, all of that stuff by myself, because that video was not £200 worthy at all. That's why networking is important. That's why having the right people around you, people that actually see your vision, not people that want to finesse you, not people that just want your money, people that genuinely empathize with the message that you're relaying. That's a game changer. No one tells you this, but I'm gonna tell you this. To cut costs with marketing, I'm sure every other musician will tell you this. Be active on social media as much as possible, but don't burn yourself out. I'm really talking to myself as I'm saying this, because I've burnt myself out so many times on social media. I get such intense waves of inspiration that I just have to act on my ideas. And I find that when I'm acting on my ideas back to back with no structure, I burn out, because I'm doing it as I go along, as opposed to organising my content beforehand and then organising the rollout after, so that way my content goes a lot further than it would if I was to do it in real time. Not to say that doing it in real time doesn't work, because that way also works for me. As someone who is neurodivergent, I feel like it honestly depends on the month, it depends on the time of the month, it depends on what I'm doing that month, it depends on the week, it depends on the day. Honestly, I go with the flow in my life. Things are seldom planned in my life, other than my goals, and of course my goals, visions and dreams. I don't believe in blowing up on TikTok. I feel like that's a scam. I've blown up on TikTok a couple times, not for my music, but for my life experiences and for my spiritual advice that I give to people. And you don't really get much out of it, to be honest. Yeah, you know, if people watch your video and if it reaches 1 million views, then you get paid a little bit. But at the same time, I don't know, I just feel like there are smarter ways to build a following. Blowing up on TikTok, as far as I'm concerned, easy come, easy go. A lot of these viral artists have already burnt out. I'm telling you that for a fact. TikTok just isn't that girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's good for exposure. It's good if you want your little viral moment. It's good if you've never had clout before and you're desperate for attention. It's good if you've never been popular before. You're better off just building everything organically, using all the tools that you have at your disposal to...
A few moments later.
Build a tribe. From what I've seen from many of these TikTok artists, they don't really connect with their audiences, and if they do connect, it's very superficial, or it's orchestrated by the label, or so on and so forth. It's not a genuine empathic connection that you would have with someone independent or someone just having a conversation with their friends. A way to cut distribution costs is joining a really cheap distribution service. My referral for DistroKid is in the bio, so you can use that whenever, and you'll see how cheap it is to upload your music. It's next to nothing. I've been using DistroKid for years. DistroKid, I said that I started releasing music on distribution from 2020, but that's a lie actually. I started in 2018, but I removed all of that music. DistroKid was my first ever distribution service, and I've just stuck with them ever since. I used United Masters for a bit. I used Ditto. I used not TuneCore. There's another one. AWOL? I don't think it was AWOL. There was another one. I used something, and I just went back to DistroKid. I just said, look, this shit is too much. And plus, DistroKid also provides free assets. So if you want to have a video, if you want to have like a funny, quirky little bit of content, DistroKid generates that for you. Hello. Plus, they're so easy to chat with. I find United Masters are impossible. Like, trying to get a hold of their help and their support team, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life, mate. Just forget it. With DistroKid, people just chat to you. It's minor. Yeah, that's what I really appreciate about DistroKid. It is quite limited in some ways because it is a cheap distribution service to use, but it does the job. It really does the job, and it does the job well. So before I end this video, I just want to give you guys a few additional tips and resources which can really help elevate your career for free, such as using Audacity to edit your audios, as well as Logic Pro. Oh wait, no, sorry, Logic Pro isn't free. I mean, I got it for free. I torrented it for free. But if the FBI licked down my door because I cracked this software, then yikes, no more music for me. Or you can just use GarageBand. GarageBand and Logic Pro are pretty much the same software. Logic Pro just has way more inputs. You can also use Canva, PixArt, Precool, CapCut for free. I literally edited my entire music video on CapCut, and it's a great music video. It's called LSP. It's on Mass Hendrix's channel, leaving a link to that in the bio as well. I'd recommend online tutorials for mixing and mastering if you want to do that yourself. I'd recommend courses. I'd recommend just getting connected to music communities, really. You never know what comes out of it. And people will help you. People are looking to help. People are desperate to help. And once you realize that, it becomes a lot easier to ask for help. Don't be like me for the first 3 years of my music journey when I was doing everything by myself. I burnt out and I had to take a year off of music. Not because I wasn't making music, not because I didn't have the marketing, not because I didn't have all the assets that I needed, but simply because I needed to develop a strategy that was cohesive for me as someone who is neurodivergent on the spectrum, that would reap long-term benefits. We're not just talking about 1 million streams. We're not just talking about get rich quick or blow up in music type of channel. It's the opposite. It's the groundwork, the foundations that you've kind of need to lay before you do blow up, for example. Because people blow up and they don't really consider what happens after. However, when you've done all the groundwork before you've blown up, it's a lot easier to maintain your zen and your business model. So to summarize, what have we spoken about? I'll write it on the screen because I don't remember. I'm just spitballing. I have no structure in these videos. I don't give a flying who gonna beat my ass, bitch. Crickets. Nobody. Are you an independent musician, or do you work in the music industry? Do you have any cost-saving tips? If so, mention them in the comments. You can save someone's life. Also, feel free to ask me any questions. I'm down for a conversation. Remember to like this video, comment, share it with someone who needs it, or your mum, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. And follow me on social media. One Kayowa on everything, I'm pretty sure. My next video, I'll be reviewing the JBL Tune 077. Anyways, I don't know what the product is called, but they're the newest noise cancelling headphones by JBL. I'm going to be reviewing them in my next video, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe. Turn on my notifications as well so that you actually do know when the video drops. And have I remembered everything? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, it was nice catching up with you guys. I'll see you very soon. Feel free to hit me up on every social media. As I said, I be yapping from today till tomorrow. I'ma be still yapping. I'ma still be yapping. Hey yo, it's been 5 minutes. I'm trying to end this video and I'm still yapping. Chat to me and I'll chat to you back. Do you get it? Like, I'm not too shy for a conversation. Alright? Okay. I need to go now. Fuck, I'm running late. Bye.
I was looking for the truth.